Okay, your next step will be to, uh, once the recording is done, you will left click on the record dot and record. And there's some steps that are there, but I would have to show that to you a little bit later in the training. But after recording is recorded, you would go to your start button and you would launch your Microsoft Expression Encoder 4. And once that's loaded, you want to have the transiting project label highlighted, and you will left click on OK. And you want to bring in your recording, and I've done one already. I'm gonna left click and import my recording, and it's in an XESC format. Once you open it up, it comes in and the program analyzes it. You want to go over to your settings here, and you want to left click on this encoding quality and open that up, and you want to choose best quality, and you want to open up this encoding for device, and you want to scroll down and open that up, and you want to choose VC-1 Xbox 360 HD 1080p, and you want to apply that. You want to go over to the output tab. On the output tab, you want to look at your media file name. You want to keep it at default. Your directory, you can change it to wherever you want the final rendered file to be stored, and you find that location by left clicking on these dots and then finding the folder that you want it to be stored on. I'm putting mine on the desktop. Okay, and everything else looks okay. Now you want to go over to your encoder, encode tab, left click on it, and you want to keep the output format at Windows Media. That's the only one that works with what we're trying to do, which is to be able to convert that file format to other uh, formats using different video conversion programs. So keep it at Windows Media. Everything else stays at default. Now you want to open up the video tab, and the mode stays at default, buffer window stays at default, the frame rate stays at default, the keyframe interval stays at default, the bit rate, we want to change that to 20,000. Everything else stays at default, and you want to make sure that 4 square pixels is checked. Want to close the video box. Now you want to open up the audio box. Mode stays at default. Bit rate, we want to change that to 256. Channel stays at default. Sample rate, we want to change that to 48 kilohertz, and the bit per sample, we want to keep it at default. Those are all the changes that we need to make there. So the next step is to go over and left click on your encode button. Once you left click on it, the program will initialize the recording and render it. and it is rendering it, and it's going to be saving it to the output location that you identified. This was a short recording, so it won't take long, but I'm letting you see what the screen looks like as it completes its work. Now that it's finished, you can go to the location on your computer where the completed file is located, and this is the folder that it sent it to, and you can see that it saved it as a .wmv. This format can be converted using different video conversion software to format it in various versions. So what we're going to do, just to check to see how it looks, we're going to double click on the recording to see how it looks and sounds.
To Andromeda, to build a new home for humanity.
And now what I will attempt to do is to show you the Microsoft Encoder screen capture program, if the system will allow me to. Because I'm recording, I may not be able to see a second image of it. So let me left click on it here, and it will not show it to me. But what you would have to do is you would left click on the red dot button. Then next you would define your screen capture area. You would select your current screen. Then you will left click the red record dot button for a second time. A pop-up will show, and it will be labeled Microsoft Expression Encoder 4 screen capture. And you would note that to stop the recording, the manual command is Control Shift plus F12, and they must be pressed simultaneously. And you know that the recording has stopped when you hear a little clicking sound. It's deep in sound, and the recording would have stopped. When you hit the record to record your recording, you have a 3-second countdown that it gives you before the recording actually starts. Then everything within that red border is being recorded along with your voice. And that's all we have. Enjoy the program.